Hey, it's Justin here with NRN, the Noble Racing Network, and on Skype with me today I've got Cameron Weston Edwards, who is from series like IRL, SRL. He's a really good sim racer, really good at defending, and he was recently in the Indy 500 race on SRL. Here's Cameron Weston Edwards. How are you doing today, man?
Fine.
Fine. Good, good. How are things? How are things over there in the good old UK today?
Gloomy and dark as usual.
Gloomy and dark, really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes
sense.
Isn't that the stereotype, though, that everything's always gloomy and dark over there?
Yeah, the weather, the people, and our future.
The people are gloomy and dark too. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Well, it's really hot here. Are you guys in your summer too? Are you guys having the summer months now?
Theoretically, we're in summer, yeah.
All right, good.
But not really summer weather.
Yes. It's summer weather here today. It is like bright, sunny, and hot as hell. So that's what it's like here in North Carolina. Anyway, so let's talk about IRL, which is your baby. And how did you kind of start IRL? How long has that league been in production?
Well, we started it back on the F1 2015. Because, well, I think me and someone else doesn't race it anymore. We were in a different league, but we didn't really like how it was ran, and the drivers were kind of a bit dirty. It was not much better than online, so we decided we'd start our own, and here we are, 3 years later.
3 years you've been at this. That's fantastic. And then how did you also hear about SRL, the one that Sandro had, and how did you kind of get involved with that one too?
I spoke to Sandro on Instagram about a week before the first official SRL preseason test, and just said I wanted to join, and then it didn't take very long, and I was in SRL preseason.
That's awesome. And then y'all recently had your first SRL versus IRL race recently? I think I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
And how did that race go, do you think? Are there more in the future? Do you think there'll be more of those in the future?
Yeah. There's another one in the near future. They're really fun because it's more competitive than a normal league race. People are very patriotic to whoever they're representing, and it was extremely controversial last time. So hopefully it won't be as controversial, but still as exciting.
Yes, there was some controversy. Would you mind explaining the controversy to the good folks listening?
Well, one driver who was a lap down representing SRL took out the leader of the race who was driving for IL, and that ultimately handed SRL the victory by 1 point. But we decided on calling it a draw in the end because it got a little bit heated at the end. I think it's probably an understatement.
Oh yes. It was a fun race to watch though, and I'm looking forward to seeing another one in the future there. So what plans do you have for IRL? When is the new IRL season getting started, and do you have any big plans coming up for IRL?
Well, our F1 season 4 finishes next weekend at Belgium.
Oh,
and then season 5 will probably start October. I think probably late October. We're also going to start an IndyCar League on Project Cars 2 in September, and the second season of the GT Sport League in September as well.
Is that also on Project Cars 2?
No, GT Sport League is on GT Sport.
Oh yes, okay, good. I don't think is that the Gran Turismo game that just came out?
Yeah.
I haven't played that one yet. Do you like it?
It's definitely easier than Project Cars 2 is.
Oh,
not without its flaws. I think it's overall I probably prefer the gameplay to Project Cars 2, but there's such a small amount of tracks, and they just keep adding little Japanese tracks that no one wants. So I think I probably overall would prefer Project Cars 2.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of Project Cars myself. Are you going to be doing the Project Cars 2 GT series that SRL is doing? Are you competing in that as well?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, what car are you driving in that one?
A Ford.
Oh, you're gonna be in the Ford GT. That is
With
that is like that's my favorite car. I think I would love to have a Ford GT, and I can get one for only like what, $400,000.
yeah, just a little dabble into your savings there in a Ford GT.
Just a little bit. If
Will
I
be
was,
yours.
I was trying to do the math. I was thinking, if I financed that car, $400,000, that would the car payment would only be like $5,000 a month. Easy peasy, right? Easy. What's your if you could choose a car, like what is your favorite car? Like if you could drive around right now in that little village that you live in any car, what would you drive around in?
I'd probably choose a Ferrari Enzo.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful car. That's a beautiful car.
Mm.
That's actually, I'm going to be driving in the same. I'm looking forward to racing you. I'm going to be driving in the same GT thing. I'm going to be in the
What
Ferrari.
team you for?
I'm going to be in the Ferrari. Yeah.
That should be enjoyable. I'm not very good at project cars too, so
Yeah.
I don't think they've released a calendar yet, so I'm not sure which tracks to practice on.
They haven't. They haven't released anything yet either. I don't think so. I've just been kind of like just piddling around in certain tracks, but I'm looking forward to it, man. One thing I'm looking forward to trying to do is pass you, because I know that like something that you're known for is your defending skills. You're very difficult to pass over here in America in NASCAR. I would say you're more like Ryan Newman. Catching you is one thing, passing you is another. So where did you get those skill sets or practice that defending ability that you have?
Well, I've been league racing, obviously, since 2000, and I think 14 was actually the first league for quite a while, but it's not really about the skill. What you have to know who you're defending against, and you have to know the circuit you're racing on and how to defend on it. For example, in Brazil, when I was racing Francis, you might have noticed on the first lap, I left the door open in most places.
Yes.
Just to see where he'd go for a move, where he wouldn't. Apart from turn one, because I know he was very quick through turn one. The next lap, I would defend where he would usually go for it. But not always do you have to defend to the inside. If I'm going into a hairpin, I won't defend at all. I'll let someone go flying up the inside, for example, in Canada at that hairpin. Yeah. I won't defend into there. Someone will fly up the inside and you just out-traction them off the corner. But in that race, I knew that Francis and Nick were both faster than me at every single corner, pretty much, apart from that pretty much flat-out right-hander. So I would defend the inside down the second DRS straight, knowing that I was on the racing line for the flat-out right-hander and I could just about nudge ahead.
It was brilliant racing to watch. I was mesmerized watching that. It was a great battle that you had there, and you really gave Francis a run for his money there, and especially in the Brazil race. That was just some great stuff to see. You're also quite the overtaker, because I know that like there's been a couple times I've been watching, and you've come through the field to get up there and fight for the podium.
Yeah, I think there's been 4 occasions this year where I failed to set a lap in qualifying, and obviously, I'd rather have an exciting race going from 13th to 6th than starting 6th and finishing 6th.
Yes,
just
I
sat
agree.
in the middle.
I know.
It's always fun watching the stream back and noticing that you're the centre of the racing. But I think it's just experience in league racing. I've been doing it for a long, long time. And it's also, you have to go for moves. Some people don't go for overtakes and some people won't defend because I don't really know why, because I haven't asked them, but people don't usually go for audacious moves. And if you don't go for audacious moves, then what's the point in racing?
Exactly. So the SRL had the Indy 500. Let's talk about the Indy 500 for a little bit. They had their Indy 500, and I was looking forward to it, but like there was a little bit of a issue in that race too, because it looked like there was a glitch in there, and I think you suffered from the same glitch, right?
Mm-hmm. Me and Sandro both did, where I think I suffered it for about my first pit stop on about like 18-20, where there was absolutely no slipstream and I was getting the air into every single corner. So it was pretty frustrating because I knew I had the race pace, even if the quali pace was not quite there. But I mean, I was up there with Francis and Vasilios from the start, but the glitch sort of just phases me into that round.
Well, that is just, I don't know. I felt bad because like it looked like it was going to be an absolute brilliant race, but it was disappointing because like I think we could have gotten something so much better. And I've had this problem on Project Cars a couple of times actually. Anyway, it was a bummer to see that race because I think with the pace that you had and the pace that like you and Sandro had, I think there could have been at least 4 or 5 cars up at the front fighting for that one, and it was a bit of a bummer. It was a bit of a bummer. So
it was pretty disappointing because if you looked at quali, I think it was one fat I could cover the first 3.
Yeah.
So if we had that in the race, I mean, we would have been in for an incredible race. But
it would have made for a great one. Yeah, absolutely. It would have been a great race because I was looking forward to seeing that one too. Just based on the times, I was like, man, this is going to be an absolutely competitive 100 laps. But so that was a bummer. But I don't know. I'm hoping the GT races will be pretty decent too. I'm hoping that hopefully those stay good and we get some good racing there. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been like a motorsport fan? Have you been a motorsport fan for a long time?
I started watching F1 in 2009,
Mm-hmm.
and I like any sort of competitive sport, but motorsport would probably have to be up there as my favourite.
What other kind of sports do you like to watch?
What other sports do I like to watch? Rugby. Football. I'm not like obsessed with football. Like I won't watch every single game.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously I watch the World Cup and Euros and important things. But
oh yes,
I don't give a damn about Bolton versus Port Vale. A lot of different series of motorsport is mainly.
Yeah, rugby's. I don't know if you mentioned rugby, but that's a rough game there, man.
It's not as rough as American football.
No, it's not. I mean, I swear those guys, they get hit. I never played football in school. There was no way I wanted to do it. I was like, I'm not doing it. If I was doing anything, I was playing baseball. I was like, that's a nice, safe game there. You can play, you can take a nap at the same time. Great, nice game to play.
I played cricket, but I didn't watch it because the only cricket I watched was the Indian T20 League because apart from that, it's a bit processional.
Yes. Do you watch? So you watch a lot of different motorsports and things like that. So let's talk about that. In Formula One, who do you tend to pull for? Like who do you like in Formula One?
Right now.
Yes.
Right now, I'd probably say Nico Hülkenberg and Daniel Ricciardo is my favourite too.
Oh yeah, I love Daniel Ricciardo. Is amazing.
Since I started watching F1, what was at the time BMW Sauber.
Oh.
It's now Sauber, which could be a little bit painful being a Sauber fan.
Oh yes.
It's better than just winning every race.
Yeah.
Even if you get about 10 seconds of your favourite car on TV.
Yeah. I usually tend to go for the Haas now, since they're the U.S. team. I tend to go for the Haas, but it's about the same way with them. They're not doing too well. Although I was looking at the which FP was it? I think it was FP1 from France, and Grosjean was up there in 6th place. So that was decent for him anyway.
In FP3 Leclerc was 3rd, but obviously it was wet, so
yeah, I saw that.
But
yeah.
I know that hopefully the quali is going to be wet, and we can't say that it's wet very often in Formula 1.
Yeah.
So that should be exciting if Charlie Whiting grows a pair and doesn't red flag it.
Yeah, I know. Because if he does, that actually might work out for Sauber. You might actually get a top 5 start.
Yeah,
I
remember all the great F1 races, and would always, in my opinion, have a little sprinkling of rain in them. And those, I remember, I kind of prefer the old quali format from the 90s when it was just 1 hour, because you had 98 Austria and 90 France where it would start like monsoon conditions by the end of sunny, and it would be fastest lap, all the way through, and you end up with a Stewart on pole or something ridiculous.
Yes. Do you keep up with NASCAR at all?
Yeah, I haven't as much this year because I find that it's just lost it. NASCAR's lost its way a little bit.
Yes.
But I suppose I keep up to it to an extent.
Yes, it has lost its way. It certainly has. It's I don't know. I'm actually finding that I've been enjoying sports car racing more, and I've been enjoying Formula One more. Especially this year. This has been I think it's been one of the most competitive Formula One years I can remember in a long time.
The first, for bar Australia, the first 4 races were really, really good. But we had Spain and Canada that were both pretty average, and then we've got this parking lot they're calling a circuit in France. So I can't imagine we'll get much from today.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, you're right. The start of this Formula One season, I think, was some of the best it's been in a very long time. And then I've enjoyed the sports cars. Did you enjoy Le Mans? Did you watch much of Le Mans?
No, I watched it, but not like the whole way through.
Yeah, that's a lot of racing. I didn't get to see too much of it either. I was down at we have like a little river house, and so I was down there and celebrating my birthday. And so I didn't get a whole lot of chance to watch it, but Fernando Alonso won, so I guess he's only got to go win the Indy 500 now, and he's done it.
Which means he's probably going to IndyCar next season.
I think he is. I think he's going to do it. Do you think he can get that Triple Crown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think anyone can get a Triple Crown if they're good enough, but he's only got one race to go. And,
yep.
I mean, I wouldn't say Indianapolis. I think they're all pretty difficult to win. But he's had a chance in Indianapolis because he doesn't have to start from scratch again racing in Indy cars. He is almost 99% there already.
Yeah. And he almost won the thing the last time he was there. I mean, he was up there.
He led a few laps, yeah.
Yeah, he was up there fighting with it. So, I think next time he goes back, he's got more experience and he can do it. But yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot of Le Mans this year, but I was kind of glad that Fernando won the race and all that, so that was neat.
I think last year, ironically, it was a Honda engine that cost him a chance of victory, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It actually certainly was. Oh man, it was like that's perfect there. That's ironic. That's a good sense of irony. Good sense of irony. So, real quick, just talk about, if you would, some things to watch out for coming up with you and IRL and anything you'd like us to know about.
Well, the season finale for IRL is on the 1st of July at Spa. There's 2 drivers, Felix Negua and Matthew Walder, covered by 9.5 points. So that'll be really exciting. The trailer came out this morning for the season finale. Next year, we'll be having, obviously, another season of F1, which will be split into 2 tiers, an A-League and a B-League, because we've got too many cram into one league. And then we'll also be having a second season of the Endurance Championship on Gran Turismo. In fact, today, this evening, we've got the inaugural IRL 2.4 hours of Le Mans. So that'll be pretty exciting. I think Fox will be in the booth for that.
Oh, that's excellent. I would love to see that.
And then next year, in early September, we'll be starting the first season of IRL IndyCar on Project Cars 2. We have a news video out for that with a confirmed calendar, and just drivers now needed to choose their teams.
That's excellent. Well, Cameron, thank you so much for coming and speaking with me today. It was great to have you.
No problem.
All right. And I'm Justin with NRN, and thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.